Hello. You know, one of the hardest things for me when I was young was my intellect. And I know that sounds stupid to say, but it was. You don't understand how impossible it can be to socialize if you're an intellectual that can see the patterns and see the weird, crazy dynamics that are repeating themselves over and over again. You want to point it out, and you want to tell people, but they don't want to fucking hear it. And so you have to sit there and watch them do crazy shit that could have been avoided if they just stopped doing the same fucking thing over and over again. People don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear the truth. And I have a really hard time fluffing the truth. I don't understand the point. I think it's a waste of energy. It opens up doors for misinterpretation. To me, I would like to be direct and blunt with people. I try not to be as vulgar as I normally would with my friends or family that I don't really ever see or have. But anyways, you guys out there, I guess, who are watching me, I'm not normally as vulgar as I can be when I'm socializing. But as a kid, it was extremely difficult. I used to get frustrated, and maybe a lot of people who are neurodivergent, whether you're autistic or ADHD or whatever it is, maybe you can relate to this, but I used to get really frustrated because I would just want to point out the truth, like point out what they're missing. Like, don't you see it? You guys are fucking idiots. And I would get mad, right? Because it's like, why? Why are you doing this shit again? Why do I have to watch this again? But they don't want to hear that. So it became really hard for me to socialize. And then I started naturally suppressing my intellect, right? And I got really good at playing the stupid act because of that, because I didn't like how people would lash out and attack me. Inevitably, this is why I didn't really have any friends that were girls. Inevitably, there'd always be one girl who was trying to like look and act the smartest or the most, I don't know what I'm gonna call it, right? But she wanted to be perceived as the best. I don't know what the best at, the best human, the best, I don't know what she was being the best at. But there's always one, right? Who wants to be perceived as the best at fucking everything. And I, without even trying, would often make them look silly. And I didn't mean to. I would just honestly ask poignant questions to their flawed way of thinking. I couldn't help it. If logic is flawed and someone is stating something that is illogical, I feel the need to point out the illogicalness, you like that word, of it, because you're sharing knowledge with people that isn't correct. You are creating false beliefs that aren't even benefiting people. And that would actually frustrate me to the point where I would feel obligated to point out the flaw or the lie. Because to me, it was like almost something inside me. I couldn't help it. I cannot, maybe you can, but I cannot stand by and watch people share false information just because it suits their agenda and purpose in the moment without pointing out how fucking flawed their way of thinking is. I'm not going to necessarily argue their point and say they're wrong, but I will ask a lot of questions and I will point out as bluntly as possible. Maybe I should work on that one though. But I will point out the flaw in their thinking. I'll challenge it. No problem. I created a lot of conflict in school with my teachers for that reason. I ended up teaching my grade 8 class math. Don't ask. Anyways, the thing is, yeah. So intellect was a hard thing for me. And as I'm starting to become more self-aware, and I do enjoy that side of me, I still struggle. I still struggle with being perceived as too intelligent because I don't want other people to take it the wrong way. Isn't that crazy? Because inside, I actually don't feel very smart. Just because I can see the patterns and see the logic, and I don't feel very smart. I honestly don't. So having people accuse you of being high and mighty and, oh, you're a know-it-all, and all the other shit they do. Or, the girls who get jealous and, like, plot long fucking campaigns to make you look bad to all your peers and shit. Never had patience for that shit. But anyways, that happened to me a lot. It's like, it made me really hate socializing, especially in groups, right? Where there was a lot of diversity, maybe in opinion, but yet nobody was willing to share their diversity. They just followed one or two people. Those groups I couldn't fit into ever. Inevitably, I just ended up a target unless I got mean. And then when I got mean, well, I usually made people cry. So I tried not to, because I don't like making people cry. But then again, we're back to the intellect thing. If you're going to talk stupid, don't attack the person who has the intellect and the ability to point out what a jackass you're being. Maybe that false belief that you're so great because you've got off on your good looks and your charming attitude and the fact that you're willing to, kiss everyone's ass that you think is better than you while making everyone who you think is worse than you feel like shit. Maybe. Just maybe. Yeah. Anyways. I'll just leave that one. But yeah. So I think that the reason why I'm sharing this is because a lot of us neurodivergent people who have been hiding our intellect, I think we need to start coming out of the woodwork. I think the world kind of needs us right now. It needs our out-of-the-box thinking. It needs us to call bullshit on the bullshit. The more of us who do that, the less the bullshit's going to happen. Not everyone can see the patterns. Those of us who can, we're kind of lucky. And yeah, we're going to get a lot of people who fucking hate us, but that's okay. Because we'll have each other. Yeah, all of us neurodivergent weirdos, we'll band together and point out everyone's fucking lies. And watch the world fucking lose its mind. That sounds like a party. You wanna join me? Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye!